Patti Ashley. One of these years, her name is going to be in lights or probably in the New York Times, on the New York Times bestseller list. I'm expecting it. Are you expecting it too? Yeah. There are so many things to love about Patti. One is how full of life she is. She loves her work as a psychotherapist. She loves to sing, dance, travel the world, ponder possible dream meanings, facilitate workshops that challenge those core beliefs that we love clinging to. She's really gutsy about that too. I love how Patti writes. She understands how paradoxical life can be, and she's courageous and brave enough to open herself up to being really vulnerable. You'll discover this as you read her latest book. Also, I'm sure you'll notice that Patti is really good at picking difficult subjects to write about that most people would rather push under the rug. Is my microphone sounding okay? All right. First, she wrote about the too good mother, like that was all about my codependence, and yours, and hers. Then she wrote about the difficult process of grieving. That's a hard thing to write about, and that's the book we're celebrating tonight. She's also under contract not under contract, she's about finished with a book about the shame spiral for therapists. It's going to come out in 2019. And after that, she's talking to a publisher now who's really interested in doing a book about the shame spiral for lay people. That's when I'll get to read it. I went to one of her seminars, a PESI seminar, if you know what that is, at the Boulderado a couple of weeks ago. I think she talked for 8 straight hours about shame. And I felt good afterwards. While Patti's books are definitely serious and scholarly, they are also surprisingly playful. She sees the beauty and the wonder of life experiences, even when in the midst of very tragic and sad losses. I love how Patti mixes happy and sad to show how at any given moment we can feel both emotions. So now, Patti, let's hear about your amazing book called Letters to Freedom. Come tell us about this beautiful love affair you've written about.
That was beautiful. Donna, I knew you was special words to say. And this one wrote 3 memoirs as well, by the way. And she has been editing my book throughout the whole process. She's read it a bazillion times.
I have 3 times I've read Letters to Freedom, but it's different from this version.
And it's a real vulnerable book, so I was really afraid to publish it, and she kept telling me to do it, and I thought, well, that's just because Donna's really nice. And then I have another editor friend who read it, and she said you should do it, so I said, all right, I'll do it. But Donna, I can't thank you enough for helping me with this. I couldn't do it without you and all my wonderful friends. I want to acknowledge Billy Cheryl Ortiz in the back. You guys need to come and join the party. And Laura Deal. I'm so grateful for the people in my life, all of you that are here tonight. Karen helped, and Laura helped me with, I can't say her last name. She and I found this place at Thanksgiving, and we walked back to the bathroom and we went, this is it! So we've been planning and planning and planning since then, and I'm just so touched that you all are here tonight. Thank you. So grateful. So Rebecca asked me what my intention was for the night, and it's really to continue the legacy. Oh God, I almost start crying already. Continue the legacy of Lawrence. I know, we got Kleenex on the team. Lawrence was all about love. So let me just start a little talking about that and how all this happened. So there's a mixed group of people here, and some of you know me, some of you don't. Some of you know the story, some of you don't. You'll know a lot of it tonight. But I was really blessed to have a relationship with an amazing human being for 2 years, and then he died of a sudden heart attack. And he had been helping me with my healing around having lost my father when I was 11, the exact same way. And we were going through some challenges towards the end of our relationship, and we were taking a little break, and I was writing him letters. And I'll tell you more as we go through the book tonight, but that's the story. And after he died, I just started writing. I just sat at my computer and wrote, because there was so much I wanted to remember. And then I thought I became a therapist to help people with grief, and maybe a personal story like this will help people with grief. But oh my gosh, really? I'm gonna put all my neuroses out in a book on Amazon.com. Am I nuts? So I did it anyway. And so today would have been Lawrence's 65th birthday. So happy birthday, Lawrence.
Yeah.
And happy birthday, Letters to Freedom.
Yeah.
So yeah, and my publisher really had to put a rush order on printing and everything to make it happen tonight, and we did it. So this is like so exciting. So Lawrence and I loved music. We shared a lot of music together. We would lay in bed with our iPhones and share, oh, I want you to hear this song, I want you to hear this song. And Rebecca Folsom, no, I'm gonna cry. I'm just crying all night long. Was a singer-songwriter. She is a singer-songwriter here in town, and we would go see her a lot. We'd follow her around, you know, and there's one song that she did called "The Back of My Heart," which is one of our very favorite songs. So I recently took an authentic voice workshop with Rebecca, because the other piece of this story is when my father died, I started singing in the church folk group with Sister Claire. This is in the book. And I stopped singing when I got married because my ex-husband now, told me not to sing to my children because they would grow up tone deaf. So I thought I couldn't sing. And I just stopped singing. I sold my guitar and became a mom and moved on with the rest of my life. And I don't know why, after Lawrence passed away, I just kept thinking I want to sing. So I called Rebecca and I said, I want to take voice lessons. And she says, well, I'm full, but I'm doing this authentic voice workshop. I look at the flyer and it says, well, it's for spoken or singing. So I speak a lot, I do a lot of trainings. I'll do the spoken part, right? So I sign up and I'm all excited, and then the night before I get this email, you can bring your spoken or song that you want to practice, and I thought, oh my God, there's going to be a group full of singer-songwriters in this room, and I don't want to speak, I want to sing. So I brought the song that was Lawrence and my song, and Rebecca comes around the corner with her guitar when we're practicing in the small group. She goes, you want me to play with you? And I was like, hell yeah. And then from that moment on, and she said I could sing, but I think she's just nice too, like Donna. Anyway, so I had in the back of my mind that I would love for her to sing some music tonight, because I really feel like we connect to heart through music. And that's what this night's all about. That's what my relationship with Lawrence was about, and that's what the book is about. So we have to have music, right? So I'd love to introduce Rebecca Folsom.
Plates of food. Want me to go get them? I can get them. 2 of them, 1 for Rebecca, or 3 for Kim.
So I had so much fun. I don't know if you had as much fun as I did planning the songs that we were going to do, because I sent her like this long email with all these songs, and she's like, I don't play a lot of those anymore. Let's talk. So I because I know every word to every one of her songs. Yeah, I'm a groupie. I thought, well, what are the songs that really connect to parts in the book? And so we're going to start with This Won't Last Forever. And because what I did in the book was I first of all, it was going to just be about Lawrence. And then I thought, well, I really got to talk about my father. And so I went back, and the very first chapter is about first few chapters is about my father was, I'm going to cry again, an amazing human being, and he was like my best friend, and he died suddenly of a heart attack when I was 11, and nobody wanted to talk about it because he was in heaven, and I should be happy. So it obviously affected my life, right? I have quite a lot of trauma from that, and so this first song, This Won't Last Forever.
It's an incredible pleasure to be here, and I'm just blown away by being sold Patti selling out tonight and everybody showing up for you and this beautiful new birth that you're having here. So it's an honor to be here, and this won't last forever. Hearts get broken, first love will hit you hard. I was crying about somebody to my dad in his car, and he tried to tell me there's other fish in the sea. I know it hurts now, but believe me, this won't last forever. It's best to let things find their way. There's a whole lot of love in this world. I'm just so glad to be here with you today. Well, my dad was right. I found a love that's true. It's always a gamble, but no one would have ever bet on me and you. We found when hard times came, you held me close and called my name as you rocked me through the troubled times. This is what you'd say. This won't last forever. It's best to let things find their way. There's a whole lot of love in this world. I'm just so glad to be here with you today. We loved for years, but now you're sick, you can't go on. We're praying, but we all know it won't be long, you'll be gone. There's a hole where my heart used to be. Can't let their suffering. That's when you, my love, took my hand and said to me, this won't last forever. It's best to let things find their way. There's a whole lot of love in this world. I'm just so glad to be here with you today. So here I am, at this place we always came to. Little bird makes me laugh, 'cause he reminds me of you. For a moment time stands still, and my heart is filled with awe and gratitude, knowing that this won't last forever. It's best to let things find their way. There's a whole lot of love
amazing.
This is so good. I love it. I love your music.
I love what you said about getting up in front of people and sharing your neuroses. I'm like, that's what we do as creative people constantly.
But you get to do it with song. Okay. So, Lawrence and I knew Lawrence, I first moved to Colorado 20 years ago, and I met him when I worked at Centennial Peaks Hospital in intake. And Lawrence, those of you here that know him know he was an incredible networker. He was always out meeting people and talking to people. And he was married at the time, and our paths just crossed for years and years and years and years and years. And I never thought of him as a partner because, I don't know, he's married and it was a professional thing. So after his wife Susan died, it was still the same thing. I was like, I was like, oh, wait a minute, Lawrence Freedom is single. That's weird. So I had this spiritual teacher had come. Billy was doing a retreat, and she had come as a keynote, and I picked her up, and she goes, "Are you dating anybody?" And I was like, "Oh no, I've spent the last 6 years getting to know myself." And she says, "You need to put yourself out there. You need to." And I said, "Well, there's this person and that person," and then I was like, and then there's this man who just lost his wife a year ago. It's probably too soon. And she goes, "It's not too soon. Call him up. Call him up right now." I was like, "He was in France. I'll call him as soon as he gets back." So when he got back, he was doing an open house at his new office because he sold his business. Anyway, it's all in here. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with it. But this song, so I won't read. I'll just tell you. So I go to the open house with a mission in mind, right? I'm gonna ask him out on a date, but it's this professional thing. And so I was really, really nervous. So in the chapter you'll see, then he sits down before I left, puts his arm around me and starts talking about his broken heart. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just oh my God. So anyway, we planned lunch after that. And so this song is called Will of a Woman. And I gotta take my glasses off for this.
And guess what?
She's gonna sing too!
And she can sing. I wasn't being just nice. We believe in honesty in these workshops. So here we go. I plan to walk that little walk. Plan to talk that little talk. Plan to circle you, baby. Make your mind by 12 o'clock. And to put on my little party pantsuit, make you weekend and knees. Have you crawling to me, honey? Have you begging me, please? 'Cause where there's a will of a woman, there's a way. Friends, they're all whispering I'm just a tease. Let me enlighten my intentions. I aim to please. I'll make you glad you moved that mountain to get next to me. It might take a little sweat, but the follow-through's a breeze. 'Cause where there's a will of a woman, there's a way. Now you look like the kind of man who ain't easy to catch, but you haven't seen me in action. You ain't seen nothing yet. Plan to hit on you like lightning, thunder rolling through your thighs. Follow your heart, baby. It never lies. Take it away, Kimmy. church on Sunday.
Yeah.
There to kneel down and pray. Gonna ask the good Lord serve you up my way. I've been good and he's been watching. You know he's on my side. So slide over, baby. Get ready for the ride. 'Cause where there's a will of a woman, there's a way. There's a way. We're armed with little Xena dresses. There's a way. Sweet French perfume. There's a way. Little boots from Sundance ain't gonna make it out of the room. Where there's a will of a woman, yeah, yeah, there's a way. There's a way.
Hey, what is even next? I don't even know. I knew that would be fun. At first I
And that song can be distracting.
When I called Rebecca and I said, God, I just heard this song on my playlist, but that's not really appropriate for this party, is it? She goes, oh, yes, it is.
Well, and there's a line in that song that I always decide if the audience can handle it or not. And it's thunder rolling through, and I decide, is it going to be thunder rolling through your mind or your thighs? And you guys got thighs, so.
Aww. So I was thinking in the chapter, Dance Me to the End of Love, I wrote about how we would share music with each other a lot. And yeah, I've already kind of said that. So this song is beautiful. I Will Love You.
I had the pleasure of singing this at my mother-in-law's second wedding. She got remarried at 88 years old to an 81-year-old retired doctor who we called her boy toy. She lived to be 101, so it was good. Till my body is dust, till my soul is no more, I will love you, love you. today, till the stars fill our eyes and we touch the last time. I will love you, love you. I will love you, love you. I will love you, love you. Thank you.
I'm not doing a great job with the book readings. I'm just kind of ad-libbing because it's too hard to read in the book. I've never actually, in my last book, I never did book readings. I can't do it. I just like to talk. So I just want to say that song also was inspired because Lawrence knew how losing my dad had affected me, and he always promised to be my very best friend no matter what, and I felt really safe with him. And so that song really speaks to that, and I know he's here with us tonight. So those of you that do know Lawrence, there's some of you that do and some of you that don't, which, by the way, the Letters to Freedom postcards, if you have any stories you want to share, I'd love for you to throw them in the basket at the end of the night. But those of you who knew Lawrence know he was a bit of a dreamer. Those of you that know me know I'm a bit of a dreamer. But he was a big bit of a dreamer, like big. So one of the dreams that he and I had, it was inspired by a healing journey he had taken and a meditation that came to him about starting a retreat center. So he came back from Brazil and he immediately connected, because he was such a good networker, connected with someone who knew that Gold Lake Resort was on the market for $11.5 million.
It's doable.
Right. And we were like, that's not going to stop us. So my realtor friends over here set us up for a showing. And Larry, who's not here tonight, we sat by the lake and we just felt like it was going to happen. We didn't know how, so we formed an advisory council. We tried to raise money. We had this whole vision of what we wanted to do, and then Gold Lake was leased out to a man who's doing events. And so Lawrence really grieved. He was very, very sad. He was the kind of man he was going to go for it, right? And so I, at this point in my life, really would like to continue that vision, which is part of the donation card that you have in your book. I really do want to continue the work, and I'm also feeling like, when we were talking about codependency, but I'm also feeling grief, a place for people to go and grieve. It's just a really wonderful healing place in nature. It's still a big vision of mine. So this song is all about that. It's called Let's Be Too Much. If anybody has $11.5 million,
Let's be too much together. Ready? And this is a song that we sang together for the first time. She came out of your shell, and yeah.
And I was like wailing it because nobody was watching.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do it tonight too.
Wail it. All right, here we go. You were right. When you're too much, you make mistakes. Close my doors, not to keep the world from wandering in, but to keep myself in check, and the ripple I might send. Is my smile too wide, my laugh too loud, my song getting in, spilling over me and over you? What a lovely mess we're in. Let's be too much for this place. Let's burn it down in a holy blaze. Light our passions, scale the walls over the edge like it's nothing at all. Free fall, free keep the light from filtering in. But to masquerade and say the lines, but it's wearing thin. And I can't hold back, don't know what's next. I can't pretend that at a moment's notice I won't go wild, tear down the stage I'm in. Let's be too much for this place. Let's burn it down in a holy place. Light our passion, scale the walls over the edge like it's nothing at all. Free fall, free fall. Throw open your mind and let the dance begin. Throw open your mind, release yourself to be carried on some wild way. Yeah, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, let's be too much. Let's burn it down. Light our passion, scale the walls over the edge like it's nothing at all. Free fall, free fall. Let's be too much for this place. Let's burn it down in a holy place. Light our passion, scale the walls over the edge like it's nothing at all. Free fall, free fall. Let's be too much. Let's be too much. Let's be too much. Oh, yes.
I like it. I like the singing stuff.
Good.
It looks good on you.
Especially with you. All right, what's next? So, okay, I'm seeing people over there at the chocolate fountain. That's great because it's a joy. We're gonna, okay, this next one, oh my gosh. I have to read this from the book because this was the sweetest thing. So it's in the chapter, Our House is a Very, Very Fine House.
And it says, every night as we lay in bed, he listed all the things we had done that day. It was his gratitude practice. For someone who often forgot things, I was impressed with every little detail he would relay, starting with our morning coffee and including every single facet of the day until we crawled into bed at night. He would always ask me if I could think of anything else, and he had usually covered it all, including some things I'd already forgotten. This evening ritual touched my heart so much that some nights I would eagerly remind him, saying, "Do our day?" And I'd lay with my head on his chest, his arm around me, and I'd listen intently, with such gratitude for this incredible man and our precious time together. Extraordinary days.
Sitting with you, the sunlight streaming in, the gentle lull of voices as another day begins. And I think about how I spend my time, each moment so small like pennies I find, once forgotten in my pocket. They are each extraordinary days of our lives, and how they move so fast, and how the most significant moments we don't notice till they pass, till they pass. lifetime of coin tosses, carousel of gains and losses, like the blessed day I met you, or the morning the doctor gave the news, or the accident that happened in a flash. Time slowed and we slipped the gap. We couldn't believe that nothing happened. They are each extraordinary days of our lives, and how they move so fast, and how the most significant moments we don't notice till they passed, and round and round and round we go. Round and round and up and down and lost and found till the end. Lord, then we know they were each extraordinary days of our lives, and how they move so fast, and how the most significant moments we don't notice till they pass, till they pass.
And this song that's coming up, Lawrence whispered in Rebecca's ear when we were planning this, because she kept saying, I keep getting Love As Is, Love As Is. And I was like, oh yeah, that's Lawrence. This is important. Because those of you know, many of you know, that Lawrence and I ran into some struggles in our last year together after our perfect bliss of a year. And we decided to live separately and do our relationship a little different. But we loved each other very much. We weren't sure exactly what we were doing. And I think in the book, one of the chapters says the day he moved out, we sat on the sofa with our coffee like we usually did, and he goes, holding my hand, he says, I don't think many people do this the way we're doing this. And I'm like, I don't think so. Why are we doing this? We don't know, but we were. So a part of me thinks part of it was helping me get used to the fact that he wasn't going to be around much longer, because I always say that people who lose their partners, it's horrible. And I had a little bit of time to kind of prepare, I think. So this song I thought was perfect. So thank you, Lawrence and Rebecca. Love As Is.
Where is the passageway to your heart? What will set you free? If you're yearning for anything like this, you are just like me. Where are your fraying seams, incisions on your tender skin? Can we find an opening and let the healing in? Love as is, love as is. Let it be what it will be. Let the truth set you free. Oh, love as is. All the regrets, the mistakes you made, well, I have faltered too, trying to hide away the ugliness till we look right through. Can we love all the way, every inch, every failing, every part, with kindness, gently befriending ourselves? welcoming, welcoming out of the day comes. Why are the simplest things always the key? When I love it as it is, always sets me free. Oh yeah. Love as is, love as is. Let it be what it will be. Let the truth set you free. Oh, love as is. Oh, love, love as is. Oh, love as is. Oh, love as is.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's gonna I'm gonna let you introduce her, but I want to tell you a bit about why the song was so important. So one of the songs that Lawrence and I really connected to, Rebecca's song "Back in My Heart" that we'll hear later. Also Adele, "To Make You Feel My Love." It was always our song. And Elisa, who's in the back, she's a medium who Lawrence spent a lot of time talking to his deceased wife, and then now I talk to Lawrence. So she called me up after he died and she said, "Did he have his head buds in his ear? Because he wants me to tell you that he was listening to your song when he passed." And he did. He had his earbuds in. So I asked Rebecca, and she said, "Well, I have a friend that I would like to invite. Is that okay?" I said, "Heck yeah," because I've heard her voice. It's beautiful. So I'll let you introduce her.
So this is Kim Creselius singing "Make You Feel My Love."
Thank you. And what an honor to be here and sing this tonight. I'm so glad to bring this to you. Yeah, thank you.
Very special song.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I would offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear and there's no one there to dry your
only make your dreams come true. There's nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you, to make you feel my love, to make you feel my love.
No, I'm like, what's next? Okay, wow. Where are we? Okay. Yeah, this is. So yeah, we only have 3 more left. This song, oh my gosh. Rebecca also invited Kim to sing. Wow. So Billy, gosh, you're always still back there. People are all here. You guys need to come up here. My sweet friend Billy Sherrill was over at my house the night Lawrence died, and we were making art, and I was covering a box to keep the letters in that I was writing because we had a date planned to get back together 2 weeks before he died. And we went out and we looked at the big supermoon that night, and I felt his presence, but just something felt odd. The next morning, we watched the Saturday Night Live clip where, thank you, Kate McKinnon was singing Hallelujah because Leonard Cohen had died, and Lawrence loved Leonard Cohen. And Hillary just lost the election, so she was doing Hallelujah. And Billy's packing up to go home, and we were singing the song like for hours, right? We kept saying, why can't we sing a song? What's our song? And then I got the call from Jim that they had found Lawrence. And so when we were planning the memorial service, several of his friends said, he really liked Hallelujah. So Billy didn't know, and she said it was quite emotional at the service when we played the song. So I thought this definitely is a song that we want. So thank you, Kim, for being here to do that for us.
All right. Well, I heard there was a sacred chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Your faith was strong, you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you.
Speaking of Lawrence being happy, he was a happy guy, wasn't he? He was always happy. Get up in the morning and say, "What are you doing today?" Oh my God. And I know that he's with me all the time. I've had dreams, I've had feelings. I feel him all the time. And one thing that happened, there's a chapter called Hope. I was teaching, as Donna said, I've been teaching shame in clinical practice for clinicians when I was in California. And I started talking about hope in the class. And I went, oh, that reminds me of the story that's in the book. So after he died, he had left some Christmas decorations in my garage. And I asked his family, nobody wanted them. I picked the ones that were special to us, and I took the rest to Goodwill. And about a week or so later, I opened up my trunk, and there's a picture of it in the book. I don't know what page it is, but there was one ornament left in my trunk that had fallen out of the box, and it had in big letters the word hope on it. And I really feel like he wanted me to have hope. And yeah, so I guess that's enough about hope. And her song is Hope, the chapter is Hope.
There's a simpatico going here. I want to hear the old town bells ring. I want to feel the morning sun. I want to have the weight that's bearing down lifted off of everyone. Hope, give me hope, give me hope. A candle burning bright in the rain. If we all shine a little bit of light today, we'll have the kind of hope that you can't take away. We don't have to fight anymore. We gotta tear down these walls. I want to take the pride and the blame and the fear we hold on to and let it fall. Let it fall. Hope, give me hope, give me hope. A candle burning bright in the rain. If we all shine a little bit of light today, we'll have the kind of hope that you can't take away. I wanna feel the morning sun. I wanna have the weight that's bearing down, lifted off of everyone.
It talks about hope and starring, so you'll see the picture in the book. Okay, we're almost finished.
And I just want to announce too, I do have my CDs for here. Patti said, bring your CDs and sell your CDs. And they're $15, and I'm going to give a third of them away to the donation to Patti's project, so her refuge and everything. So if you want a CD, know that a third of it will go this way.
Thank you. I didn't know that. And Donna had just, when I went to get water, whispered in my ear and say, make sure you talk about Rebecca's CDs.
I'll
Thank
shamelessly
you.
promote myself. So
Oh, thank you. All right. So, oh my gosh, this is the last one. Wow. Okay. Wow.
I think we should rain our blessings upon Patti with our applause and our love. So please give it up for Patti. You're such a fabulous book, creativity, courage.
Thank you too. And all my wonderful helpers. So how do I wrap this up? Wow, Lawrence was all about heart. And we were perfect together. Most people I know, when I've dated men, they've said I'm way too much. You know, I'm too intense. They've said too intense. I wasn't too intense for Lawrence at all. And we talked a lot about heart. And so Rebecca's song, I really should cry because I do that a lot. Those of you that know me, I'm a big crier. But anyway. So Rebecca's song, The Back of My Heart, was one of our favorites because it speaks to that. It speaks to, I know I heard you say, and you can speak to this too, in one of your videos, that it's about the stuff that we keep in the back of our heart, and you can say better than me, but Lawrence and I found that so important because that's what our work is, and his work was about, and his work's still with me about, is really connecting people to heart, which is why I wanted to have the music tonight. Yeah. Allison, shake your head. Those of you that know Lawrence, know. What else to say about that song other than, oh, every time we'd go see Rebecca, I would drag him around. Rebecca Folsom. And we're like, is she going to play Back of My Heart? Is she going to play Back of My Heart? And you did it. And I have a picture of him actually in the slideshow watching you at Lions. We're such groupies. But, so this was a song that I brought to Rebecca's Authentic Voice workshop, and she came around the corner with her guitar and played with me, and I closed my eyes, and one of the women who was acting as the audience, I opened my eyes and she was in tears. And I was like, oh my God, what just happened here? And Rebecca goes, you can sing. I was like, ah!
she can't she? Yeah, right? Look at these faces. Like, they're not lying to you.
So when I asked her to play tonight, she goes, well, you're going to sing that song, right? And I was like, yeah. And so here we are at that song. So y'all have Kleenex on the table? Do you want to say anything about the song? I mean, because it's so special to us and you wrote it, so.
Yeah. I have been with my sweetheart now for 40 years. Yeah, pretty amazing. And in 40 years, you pretty much get to see every nook and cranny. And you know, although I am amazed, and I seem to be going through a phase right now where I'm seeing facets and sides of him that are new to me, and also I've seen sides of myself that are shadowy and I don't want to see, and that's what this song is about: loving somebody and them loving you back from all, like even the nooks and crannies and those shadowy places.
I have one more thing to say, because I knew it was important. I was trying to remember it. So Lawrence started working on, some of the writing is in the book. He was working on a workbook and a curriculum called From Fear to Love and From Love to Grace, which is thus the subtitle of the book. And he actually, that was part of the curriculum, was connecting to the back of your heart. And I told him he stole it from me, and I stole it from you.
I stole it from somebody else.
But he actually used that because that's how special this song was to us. And that's how much he wanted everyone to feel into their heart. So, okay.
And all parts welcome.
Oh my
Are you
gosh.
ready, girl? She's gonna sing the whole song. Here we go.
Go, Patti.
I'm gonna be your training mouse.
Are no words
for some kinds of love. Only revealed in a look or a touch. I love you back from the start. I love you back from the back of my heart. Some treasures lost we found in time, only buried. Return to the light. We're reunited in tender ecstasy. I love you back from the start. I love you back from the back of my heart. Thank you all. Patti, Ashley, beautiful, beautiful. Kim Vasilius.
Chocolate Fountain. I'll sign books. Thank you from the back of my heart for showing up tonight. Yeah, all over the place. Thank you all. I don't even know what to say. Every single one of you has touched my life and in some way, and that just means so much. And let's continue the love that Lawrence was, and I hope you enjoy the book.
And
Thank
the
you
party
for
keeps going on, right? There's
Yeah.
another like 45 minutes of
Yeah.
chocolate and
Yeah.
talking and dessert and enjoyment and drinks.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
One more time, Patti, Ashley.